Hello, today I would like to show you this quite interesting vintage radio that I believe was used by African military forces. It is working in the tactical VHF band. Here you can see the frequency that we can tune, so the lowest possible settings is 30 megahertz. Then we go 31, 32, we've got a 40 megahertz. And it go to the 40. Then we've got the kilohertz, and we can go also to the 9 as the maximum possible value. And we've got our last step that makes this radio compatible with other military NATO radios like PRC-77. So we've got no problem in selecting that type of step. Here we've got the volume adjustment knob. Here we've got our main power switch with ability to enable squelch, disable, and go into momentary battery check mode. As you can see, it is a spring loaded, and that's going to be corresponding with that small LED indicator. Here you can observe two audio accessory ports that looks quite similar to the one you can find on the Clansman series radios, and it is quite interesting because it's giving you a vibe of a British made radio, so I'm pretty sure that was some sort of cooperation. Here we've got our military whip antenna socket and BNC antenna output that in that configuration is being used to feed amplifier. And at very beginning I was pretty sure, here you can see the information that the enemy is listening. At very beginning I believe this was made by some amateur radio and someone just rigged it up to fit their needs. I believe that was used in like a vehicle installation, and someone was sliding that radio in like a patrol car, and it was making contacts and being connected to the car installation. This is what I believe, and it might be totally wrong. Here you can clearly see like a British style labeling. The radio itself is very small, so here is my hand, and that part is actual radio. And the last part is the battery compartment that we can attach and detach using those clips. But before we go into that, let's take a look where those wires are going. They are being routed through that rubberized grommet into the battery compartment, and here we've got a BNC amplifier antenna out, and here is the like a genuine model for the battery pack, and it's going to be fitting those radios. So let's take a look what we've got inside. And at the very beginning, as I told you, I was sure it is some sort of amateur radio fancy job, but let's take a look at that. So here we've got our battery contacts, we've got, I believe, a drying agent, we've got holes that you can use a wrench and make an adjustment. And here you can see made in RSA, and if I'm correct, that stands for Republic South Africa, so that was like a real job. Just take a look. It was nicely manufactured, and just amateur radio do not put those type of labels. And this is how it presents. So it is a quite interesting unit. If that would be a real battery, then we would just join those two pieces together, and it would present like that. With that device, I've got a handset unit that is also quite interesting because it looks like a vintage British one. I saw those kind of handset prior to the Clansman series, or at very, very early beginning picture with the Clansman radios. They've got like those first early type, and later it completely changed its shape. And it is a pretty cool looking handset. As you can see, you can put it on your uniform. We've got a nice push to talk. Very nice. And that plug that presents like this. This is how it looks like. Let's take a look at the model number, just in case you would be interesting. And we've got the amp panel, and it is a Great Britain, or it is a model, and we can attach it here. So we can rotate it and click it in place. With this set, I also got external speaker that looks like a homemade, but still it looks like something that was made for a military. We've got the same type of green. It's made out of, I believe, aluminum, because it's a pretty lightweight, and at the same time it's made out of metal, and that feel like a military quality switch. We've got a proper grommet that is not going to be pulling our cord, and we can connect it. Different style of plug. This is how it presents, also a quality one, just in case it would be interesting. And you can snap it in place. You rotate it and you push it. And this is how the set present. Sad that someone decide to add the amplifier and ruin the battery pack, but maybe at some point in time there will be possibility to get replacement and put it back to the genuine factory condition. So this is how it presents. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you find that interesting. See you next time, and bye bye.